We're going to do a quick just test run here on my own OBS new setup. I'm also setting up so I can go live with it and stream right from OBS and kind of play with this. So just doing some testing here, but let's go over this real quick and I'll throw it out there. So I did listen to the Three Stooges, and basically it's interesting. It's interesting because the continuity of government constantly comes up. It's page 9, right? Continuity of government. So one of the Stooges basically says, hey, because of the election, we are in a continuity government. And he believes that all these fighters are up and these subs are out there and they're searching for subs and they're searching for all this stuff. I think he believes that that's being done because of the elections. And that's why Trump doesn't have a TFA and you know, they don't want to know where he is because he's secretly in charge and the military's in charge. And when I asked if the military was in charge, he gave the thumbs up and all this other stuff. So it rolled into, which I thought was pretty funny, submarines having sonar buoys dropped into the water and messages being relayed to those close to those submarines. Because they don't want satellites intercepting the information and all this other stuff. Because it sounds like he thinks that the military is now split between a rogue element of the military, between Trump's military and Biden's military, and we're top secretly there's a war ready to brew between the good military and the bad military, and they don't want, you know, all this information to be caught. So the subs that are in the close area, they're talking to each other to separate this stuff, right? I swear to God, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Well, you can because he is. But these are grown adults. These are grown adults. I seriously grown adults. And all I can think of is I'm hoping this is just a play for them. I'm hoping they're pretending. They're playing pretend like you do when you're a kid. And I'm hoping they're playing pretend, because if they truly believe as adults, as ex-members of the military, as ex-member of a counterintelligence and all this other stuff, that they are going to use subs and planes to enforce the military on the United States. If you don't think that that's going to be a situation, that's just hysterical. That's like, oh my God, I watch way too much TV, and I can't separate reality from delusion. I can't do it. It's not capable. I don't know how. So due to what kind of continuity of government is it? Due to a catastrophic nature of events, this could drive the emergency situations, which puts basically, you know, it's martial law type stuff, and you get into that, and their job is to protect the government infrastructure as much as possible. Not to destroy it, but to actually protect the infrastructure of the three branches of our government. It is dumbfounding to me to listen sometimes and actually believe that grown adults can actually process information like it's real. You know what? And maybe what they should do is they should put that disclaimer at the bottom of his videos that not all this stuff is real. We're making it up as we go. We're just kind of spoofing you, having fun. We're creating like a Tom Clancy novel and all this other stuff, right? Because if we're at a point now that you believe that the jets are in the air and the subs are in the water and stuff because of Trump, wow. Maybe, and just let me throw this out there as a possibility of reality. It's because Russia's ready to invade Ukraine. We're poking China like there's no tomorrow, and they're shooting hypersonic rockets around the world and we didn't even know. China's economy is collapsing. It wants business. Is now in the top 10 businesses compared to China's. They're blaming us for the vid. We're blaming them for the vid. And we are at an all-time high tension situation. Okay? We're in an all-time high tension situation with both Russia, Iran, and China. It's all over the news. It's in there, and we're not friends. We're not. All the countries aren't going to get together and just say, you know what, we're happy. Go ahead. Let's all share this money together. Let's give all of our people millions of dollars so that they stop working, so that we don't have control over them, and they can just do whatever they want. That's exactly what China wants. That's exactly. Every day when I read and study China and talk to Chinese people, that's exactly what the Chinese government wants to do. You can see it. That they just absolutely, with all those cameras they're putting in and all that CCTV and all that facial recognition and all that social credit scores and all that, I absolutely see them coming up and saying, you know, we should just give them millions of dollars and let them do whatever they want. That is so projected from China. It's amazing. It's amazing. You guys have got it. You've nailed it down. And here's the problem I have, right? And this is all I want you to start doing. For New Year, if you guys can do a New Year's resolution for me, not revolution, but resolution, a New Year's resolution, okay? I want you to have, everybody to have a New Year's resolution, all right? I've got one that I'm going to go from power, the stuff that I do with the strongman stuff and the bulking up. I'm going to basically try to slim down and see if I can get into some pretty damn good shape. That's where I'm going to go. Because I was doing like strongman stuff and logs and stuff like that. That's what I enjoy doing. But I'm gonna try doing it, slimming down and seeing where I can go. But if what you guys can do, and I want you to take it serious here, I want you, as a New Year's resolution, to start to use critical thinking. Right? Because I hear this all the time. Well, I don't believe it, but I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It's okay to say it's not going to happen. It's okay to come forward and say, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's right. I don't think we should do that. I don't want that to happen. It's not going to happen. It's okay to say you're wrong. And I just like to start practicing that. Start practicing telling people, no, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong because I don't see China putting all this facial recognition, all this control over their people, tossing people in jail, and doing all this stuff when tomorrow they're just going to say, okay, you're all free now. We're going to shut all those cameras off. We're going to give you all this money. We're going to roll in Nasara Gasara and you're going to be good to go. Oh yeah. Quick reference, data point. If Nasara Gasara is kicking in, Phil, I don't see slander in there. And just another quick reference. I will 100% go to court with Will. I would love to be there. I'd love to live stream that one. Because when you go to the judge and you say, look, he slandered me, and the judge says, well, what do you do to make your money? Well, I promote domestic terrorism. I promote what the FBI considers domestic terrorism, the Q movement. And he's slandering my domestic terrorism movement. Oh, God, I'd love to be there for that statement. I might even represent Will. I will go and get my legal degree. I will try to pass the bar. I will do it as fast as I can just to represent Will. Because when I actually say, Your Honor, that guy over there, what he does for a living is he promotes what the FBI considers domestic terrorism. And what the guy over here is, the disabled vet's trying to do, is stop people from following the guy who's promoting domestic terrorism. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. That is going to be so exciting, because I will bring every single article in regards to the FBI. So either you're working for the FBI or some type of 3-letter, 4-letter, 5-letter agency, or you are so dumb that I would absolutely, we will have, all of us are there. All of us will be there live streaming this. Oh yeah. So let me get back. So basically, what we could do just for this year's New Year's is if we can take a moment just to use critical thinking, just to stop and say, I don't think that's going to work. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't process in my brain. Because we're at a point now where we've stopped processing things in our brain. We've stopped critical thinking. We believe what we believe, but we won't in any way, shape, or form use critical thinking in our heads to prove that what they're saying doesn't make sense. I don't think that's real. That's not true. And if we don't stop doing that, our generations of kids coming up won't be able to decide what is reality and what is delusion. Because we're allowing everybody's delusion to come out without calling on it. And that is very bad for your children. It's very bad when your kids can't interpret reality and delusion. So I think that for this year's New Year's resolution, critical thinking and actually telling people you're wrong, that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to sit here and believe that. And I don't think you should. Will help your children down the road to know that they have to, at some point in their lives, they have to be able to separate reality and delusion, and they have to be able to call it out so that they don't end up playing video games and running down the street thinking that they are the video game. That is what I would really like to see as a New Year's resolution for people. But that being said, I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I know my Merry Christmas are different than everybody else's because I don't know. But I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I did not get any of my Nasara money, but it has been pushed out till February, allegedly. But just start using critical thinking, because if you don't, it's going to lead us down a bad road very quickly. It's okay to say no. It's okay to debate people. It's okay to say, prove that to me. It doesn't make sense. You can't answer that. Because if you can start calling people out and start telling them that doesn't make sense, you might actually save someone. You might actually save someone that is heading down a horrible path. A path that they might not return from. But it was somebody that, in your own way of doing it, in your own way of approaching them, you were able to save someone. You were able to say, that doesn't make sense, and here's why. And I want you to think about this. That person might say, wait, okay, you might be right. It doesn't make sense, does it? And if you're not leading people, if you're not saving people, then you're hurting people. And that's fine. I mean, if that's what you choose to do. If you choose to allow people to stand on the premise that things are going to happen just because, well, I don't believe it, but it could happen. When deep down, the truth, the real truth, is you don't believe it. And you know it's not going to happen. But you don't want to stand up and do the hard thing by saying, here's why it won't happen. You're wrong. Your answer is wrong. And sometimes answers are wrong. Sometimes 1 + 1 + 1 is not 4. And you just have to say, no, you're wrong. It's not. It's not 4. I do it my way. And my way is calling people out. Because sometimes you got to go hard. And I'm the guy that can easily 100% come at him hard. But if you're not that guy, and you don't have to be that guy, just don't let them fail. Just don't let them fail. You want to be a sheepdog? You want to be a patriot? You want to be a liberty warrior? Don't let people fail for your own personal gains. Because you're afraid to stand up and say, that's not right. It's wrong. Here's why. I can't sell this. I can't promote this. I can't back this. Sometimes that's what a real man does. They stand up. They go against the grain to protect others. That is the oath I took to protect against foreign and domestic. And I'm going to hate to break this to you, but it doesn't mean government to me. It means anyone that is destroying the mental state or the physical state of the people of this country. So if you want to take that role, that you want to break them down and you want to lead them off that cliff, you got to get through me. Because I'm going to be there every time you speak. I'm going to be there correcting every single statement you say with intelligence. You're going to have no choice but to get smarter. Because if you don't, I will be standing there. You're going to get to the point that if you don't get smarter, you're going to have nightmares of me standing there correcting your every statement. Your every leading people off the cliff. I will block it every step I can. I'm at the edge of the cliff. You're going to have to get through me. I'm going to do it my way. And my way is bringing intelligence, critical thinking, and actually reality to the table. Because this is the adult table. And you're sitting at the kiddie table. And it's time to grow up. All right, that being said, welcome to Sage's Christmas. Stay safe. See you.